Okay, now Jodi, I guess we're going to let you have the microphone.
Very unexpected.
Okay, it would be a little dim up here, so I have to put these on. Good evening, everyone. Our second Citizen of the Year. We, the residents of Fairfield and Jefferson County, are fortunate. We are fortunate that there are people in our community, like one of the recipients of this year's Citizen of the Year award. Not only does this award recipient make our local community a better place to live, but this recipient makes this world a better place. This year's recipient's life was spent mostly in Fairfield. It included stints in college elsewhere, but this recipient returned home, and boy, are we lucky. Reports are that as a child, this person was kind and generous, except perhaps when it came to the recipient's brother. Rumor has it that this recipient was able to convince this brother to always be the first to pull the recipient in the wagon, with promises that the favor would be returned, but it rarely was. It is also reported that the recipient and that same brother were industrious and honed their marketing skills by scouring the neighborhood, selling rocks to neighbors. Finding money for worthy causes is a skill that this recipient has perfected, and those rock-selling adventures were just the beginning. This recipient is a consummate organizer. Perhaps organizing backyard neighborhood services provided the seeds to a lifetime of recognizing needs and meeting them. And again, boy, are we lucky that this person is organizing and meeting needs in our community. This recipient has a personal mission to help people. Now, many of us may have the general desire to help people in need, but this person goes above and beyond that simple desire. This recipient recognized that so many high school students did not receive any gifts at Christmas time. Perhaps their family struggled just to put food on the table, or perhaps that child had been effectively abandoned by their parents. This recipient organized a nonprofit group to provide a simple gift or two to these kids. But perhaps more importantly, she understood that what may mean more to them than the school sweatshirt they received is the acknowledgement that someone was thinking of them at Christmas, that they mattered to someone. The name of this organization is the African Violet Foundation, or AVF, and it was based upon the premise that a simple act of kindness can change a life. This recipient is the heart and soul of the African Violet Foundation, which was named in honor of her grandmother, who always delivered an African violet to a person who needed to know that someone was thinking of them. This recipient organizes, fundraises, purchases, wraps, distributes, and provides thank you notes for the Christmas time gifts to needy high school and middle school students at Fairfield and Pekin schools. This endeavor has community-wide support and has grown tremendously in the few years it has been in existence. This past year, the African Violet Foundation provided Christmas time gifts to 337 students. Amazing. Her giving heart doesn't stop with AVF. No, she is always finding and fulfilling needs in our community, never asking for anything in return, and sometimes at great sacrifice to herself, although that would probably never be admitted. She organizes clothing drives and collects unwanted furniture and other household items to distribute to people in need. Last year, she spearheaded a Show You Care with Underwear campaign to collect new underwear to distribute. This recipient's life requires great organizational skills and great creative skills as well. As a parent of 4 children, lots of organization is necessary. Not only parenting 4 children, but also parenting countless other children, and sometimes even their parents, who cross paths with her. As a teacher of special learners in a special education classroom, she has also led and coordinated the school's Renaissance program. This program has 2 large assemblies each year at which students are honored for character, grade point improvement, attendance, and academic achievement. She also makes PE clothes available in her classroom for students who need them, and this effort grew into a charitable endeavor called Caring Through Clothing, where clothing is given away the weekend after Thanksgiving. the best Black Friday deal there is, as she describes it. This recipient has been described as never missing an opportunity to help people in need, and when she sees a way to help, she pursues it. Last year, she and the school nurse led a Be the Match donor drive, seeking a bone marrow donor match for a Fairfield High School senior facing a type of leukemia. They secured volunteers and put in hours planning and working with the hospital staff to have DNA collection at the health center and high school. This recipient also is the school-to-work coordinator and has the work experience coordinator duties, helping both general education and special education students obtain valuable work experience. Another goal of hers was to raise funds to purchase a new washer and dryer for a single parent. While that may seem like a strange goal to some of you, she knew the importance of having access to clean clothing for a struggling family. This goal, too, was accomplished in a very short period of time. I guess if she could sell rocks to the neighbors, raising money for a washer and dryer was probably a piece of cake. One of her supporters stated, "Most of us can look at our community and see the needs of many, but not too many of us actually decide to be the person to take on the responsibility to help." She believes that one person can make a difference, and that a little bit of kindness goes a long way. This recipient is a very creative and humorous person. Most likely, we have all had the opportunity to read a column in the Fairfield Ledger written by her and laughed aloud at the family antics described in such detail that you could almost swear you witnessed it in person. This recipient has also been published in Chicken Soup for the Soul and has written a book, yet unpublished. I also have it on good authority that if you had ever been lucky enough to receive one of her holiday letters, you would remember laughing through the tears while reading it. It may be hard to believe that a single person could help so many people and do it with enthusiasm and laughter. And once again, aren't we fortunate that this person is in our community doing so many good things for people that are, unfortunately, sometimes invisible to the rest of us. This year's recipient is here because she was told that the African Violet Foundation was receiving an award tonight. We apologize to you for lying about that, but we knew that you would not think yourself deserving of this award because that is your nature, but you are very deserving. It is my pleasure to introduce to you 2014 Citizen of the Year, Staci Ann Wilson Wright. Here because I'm speechless and this might not happen again. Thank you, Roger. I was told to come up here and put in a shameless plug for donations to the African Violet Foundation, so I'm having to rethink my speech. Thank you, and I guess I would quote Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "Life's most urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" My daughter told me she needed to use the restroom, and now I see there's a conspiracy in the back. So I'd like to thank my family, my mom and dad, Margaret and David Wilson, my kids, Addie. Jasper's not here because he is engaged in the most honorable form of service. He's at basic training at Fort Leonard Wood right now. So thank you to him and our military. And thank you to Sarah Cochran, who lied to me. And I still want to put in that shameless plug, so I'll just say life's second urgent question is, how large of a check will you write my organization at the end of this evening? Thank you.
Congratulations, Staci. I have one thing in common with the last recipient, too. I also have an unpublished book. Of course, it's unwritten too, but congratulations to both Citizens of the Year. Congratulations to all of the award winners. Congratulations, Fairfield. This is always a great occasion to be reminded of all the good things that are going on in our community. And so in closing, I would like to quote that, whose speech is this? Scott Selected. I would like to quote that other great linguist, my grandfather Pedrick, Bonjour, bandido, como allez-vous? Adios.